diamonds, all things diamond painted, square around. I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
Well, hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hope everyone is well this Sunday afternoon. Almost evening. We'll say it's afternoon. Stave off those Sunday scaries a little bit. Hope everyone's doing well. It is not a beautiful day here in the Chicagoland area. It's 31 degrees. There's about 8 inches of snow outside, and I don't like it. But Sammy does. So that sort of makes it worth it, I guess. But who knows? So let's see who's here before we start talking about some exciting topics here. Hi, Jeanette. Welcome on in. Marty Gras, hello. Or Marty Jackson. Marty Jackson, hello. Michelle, hello. Hi, Kristen, Whiskey Witch. Carol, hello. Hello, neighbor. Yes, it is cold. And it's supposed to be really cold all week. Because usually when it snows, the first thing I look for is, okay, when is it going to melt? When is it going to be like over 40 degrees? And it's going to be like 20s all this week. Although the sun came out for a little bit today, and it's like right around freezing, and it did like melt some of the shoveled areas. So that was good, but we'll see. Hi, Tammy. Welcome on in. And yes, thank you for reminding everyone to hit that like button on your way in. Thank you very much. Christopher Kalasa, hello. Welcome in. Margaret, hello. Melissa, Nancy, 8 inches. Yes. Actually, I think I saw earlier that it was a record for Chicago, at least this early in the year. 8.4 inches, most snowfall on a November day in Chicago history. And like they measure snow at the airport, so it's not too far from the O'Hare. And I will tell you from cleaning off the top of my car, it is 8 inches. And when Sammy goes in the snow, he's like pushing snow with his chest, and his chest, I measured, is about 6 inches off the ground. So it's more. So yes, so fun stuff. Michelle Morse Campbell, hello. Hi, Melanie. Melanie is rude, and I'm not going to speak to her anymore because she said I was old and grumpy. Debbie Rice, hello. Welcome on in. Was there a big pileup at the border? Was that Facebook AI? No. Supposedly, there was a big pileup on the Illinois-Indiana border. Let's see. 45 or 50 plus car has occurred on I-70 westbound near the Illinois-Indiana border, involving 20 commercial vehicles and 40 to 60 passenger cars. So it was, it was weird. Like, well, first of all, I think this is more snow than we've had at least all of last winter, and maybe even the winter before. But to have this much snow at one time, it's big. And it just kept coming and coming. And I know that like I went outside at one point and shoveled off the front porch and stuff. And then like an hour later, it looked like I didn't shovel anything. So yeah, it's not, it's, I mean, I guess if you like it, but I don't know that I like it. Hi, Eve. Greetings, Professor Mr. Sammy J. Frosty Paws. Funny you should say that, because he just got up and he's bothering me to do something. I don't know. He's been laying on the bed all day on the electric blanket that's been on low. But when we went out back, I had to take out some recycling. So I took the stuff out back, and he came with me, and he went through the yard, and I came back in to get some more recycling and take it back out. And I come back just as he's getting out of the grass onto the shovel driveway, and his arms are just covered in snowballs. And he looked so angry. I had to laugh because I'm like, this guy is, maybe he's over the snow. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see. Mel, you shoveled Pinky's up. Do you know me? My lawn guy does it. So, although I hadn't talked to him about doing it this year, but I guess he just assumed, so I'm glad. But my neighbor, we have the same person, so we get sort of a deal because he only needs to, drive out here once. So, and then he takes care of both driveways. But I will tell you, okay, new neighbors. So, young couple bought the house from this older lady who was like 80 something. She wanted to downsize. It was just her. And they've been living there I don't even think a year yet. Younger couple. He is so I want to say retentive, but he's so obsessive with his lawn. He cuts his lawn 2 to 3 times a week. And yesterday he was out shoveling snowplow with a large snowplow that he could have been going, like he had it in first gear, and it clearly had like self-propel on it because it was going very slow, and he's just walking. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then he's got to go out, and because a snowflake fell, he's got to shovel. And then he's got to, I don't know that I'm going to make it with these people, to be honest, because they drive me crazy. That drives me crazy because inevitably what's going to happen. So our driveways are next to each other. There's a fence in between, but our driveways are next to each other. And I had this with my last neighbor. My dad and my mom, when they first moved in here in 1969, immediately got off to a bad start with her because there were some words and fences went up and all this other stuff. So it's always been a little contentious. Well, then my mom passed, and my dad just did what he needed to do to like avoid and get along with her, whatever. Well, me being my mother's son, she yelled at me one day because she used to have a daycare, and I had a cottonwood tree. And if you know what a cottonwood tree is, those are the trees that give off cotton around like 4th of July-ish. It gets really strong, and it would pile up places, but it's nature. It's from a tree. It's not like I'm throwing cotton balls over the fence. And she yelled at me one day for it. I go, will you please get over its nature? And she's like, well, they're coming to inspect the house for the childcare and blah, blah, blah. I go, it's nature. It's not like there's hypodermics laying over there. Jeez. So I have a feeling I'm going to get to that point with these people as well. Especially since my yard is pretty well, it has a lot of trees in it. So, and although my front yard only has 1 tree in it now, I had 3 taken out a couple years ago, and it's a beautiful maple. Well, the leaves go over on to their lawn, right? But everybody's leaves go everywhere. And so I'm sure I'm going to have that problem, but I'm not looking forward to it. Lawn obsession is a sign of other problems. And I'm sure there is. Like, don't even get me started on some of the things I've observed, like weirdness. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, you don't shovel or change tires. I shovel a little bit. And I will shovel if it's just a little smidgen, but my back will not let me do much shoveling. My back was sore just from cleaning off my car and my neighbor's car. Hi, Risa, welcome on in. Yes, Christopher, one of them. Um, I'm trying to think what else. Like, I don't know. Like they've been redoing a lot of the house and stuff like that, which is fine, but they're doing it themselves. I'm like, how do you know how to do this? Which, if they do, great. But I also just get the feeling that we have different belief systems. Let's just put it that way. And that's fine, but it's not fine at some point, right? So who knows? Jeanette says, Rich, I was married to a guy who was just like that. Our yard was always perfect. He could be exhausting. Yeah, my dad he was a perfectionist like that as well. And he loved doing stuff like that, like the yard, not so much taking care of the house. Like he sort of fell short on that, like from keeping it up and stuff like that. Clean, yes, but up to date, no. Um, but he was also the one that planted like 900 trees in the yard and it would make mess and he would clean it up and whatever. But I mean, I get it cleaned up. I don't do it. I pay for someone. That's my prerogative. But a leaf is going to fall on your yard. Get over it. Let's see. Hi, Sarah Ann. Welcome on in. Everybody's saying hi. Michelle Morris. We used to have a neighbor that would be on hands and knees trimming the edges of flower beds with manicure scissors. Everything in our house was white from floor to ceiling. Yeah, that's not obviously not me. I go for the lived in look. One of the things, like all my life, it was Saturday mornings where we would get up and we would do laundry and then we would clean the house. And that was it. No Saturday morning cartoons, nothing like that. I think because of that, like I would keep the house up and stuff when my dad was here. Well, I remember one day, I had come home and I set something down on the kitchen table and I walked away and I went to pick it up and I go, wait a minute, there's no one else here to pick up this, who I have to pick this up for. It's not going to be my dad's way. It's not going to be the caregiver's way, whatever. So ever since then, it's been a downhill slide downhill that maybe I should probably clean the house a little bit more, but it gets there. It absolutely gets there. Let's see. I'm not a yard person at all. Neither am I. I like nature. I like being out in nature. I don't like fussing in the yard. Like number of years ago, I took out some bushes that were in front of the house that were sort of dying. So I cut them out and I dug them out as best I could. And then I looked up a number of plants, both grass and flowering ones that are good in partial shade that are native to the area. And I just planted them and they come up every year. They look fantastic. That's what I want to do. The last time I used to have I remember the last time I was out working the yard, I have peonies go up and down down the side of the house that my mother had planted. And I typically, once they're done blooming, I cut them down because then they start looking crappy. Well, the last time I was doing that, I remember specifically I was having a very bad back and hip pain, and I had to take a break every couple minutes. And when I came inside, I took a shower, whatever. Later on that day, I was sitting down and I went to itch something on my leg, and I thought it was a drill, but it was a tick. So I don't need to be outside. I want to be outside. I don't need to be working this in there. We don't have any trees in our yard, but we have the most leaves in our neighborhood because of the woods behind our house. And that's cool. But at least you realize that it's like, okay, there's going to be a leaf in the yard. That lady, she literally cut down every tree in her yard. And let's see, I have only like four major trees that lose their leaves. I forget the technical term for it. Everything else is an evergreen. But the people next door, they have cottonwoods, and they have, I don't know, they have a whole bunch of stuff over there. And so there's still cotton that flies around and stuff like that. It's not as bad when my tree was here, because it used to be my tree and my neighbor's tree. They were male and female, so they used to like really have a party in the springtime. But hi Heather, welcome on in. Joe, hello. Eve says, I've had Lyme disease twice staying out of the woods. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to get them along the side of my house. Now, I have found ticks on Sammy twice. Once when I first got him, and then once not too long ago. But he goes all the way to the back of the fence where it becomes like wooded and whatnot. And then there's a nature path, or a running path that goes out into some forest preserves. So it made more sense to him. But when I'm sitting at the side, I'm working at the side of my house, and I get a tick, that was just weird. It was weird to me. What are you doing? He likes to walk around and drive me crazy, and I think he knows it drives me crazy, so he does that. He just can't lay down. So let's see. Hi, Doretta. Welcome on in. Let's see. Joe, what is for dinner? Have we had a dinner update lately? I don't know. I need to check on things like that. It's important. All right. So what's going on? So how did everybody do with Black Friday and with Cyber Monday looming on the horizon? How did everybody do? Did everyone stay strong? Did you make some wise purchases? Did you make any wise non-diamond painting Black Friday sale type things? Let me think. Did I do any non-diamond painting? I don't think I did any non-diamond painting stuff, because I was looking for like a new computer monitor, because I wanted to get another one, but it wasn't for anything like, no. So I did avail myself of the DAC sale and new releases, the 111 releases, got some of those. Lucky enough to have gotten in and out before the whole crash the site and stuff like that. But then I did spread some love to some small shops. I got some drills from Jade, and I got the one with the diamond art, diamond painting shop, Captured by Radiance, and who else? I forget who else, but all very good deals for what I got, so I'm happy about that. And I know Cyber Monday's coming, and and they're doing these mystery boxes, which there's a lot of venom out there about the mystery boxes, and I get it. I think that's sort of sucky to do for like a day that you can get some good, good sales and stuff like that. And part of me, like the question I keep asking myself is, don't know what's going to be released, but there's some stuff out flying around that could this be? And there's some that I want. So do I bother buying like multiple boxes, or do I save that money and spend it on buying stuff off of D-Stash? Discuss. Because, and plus then, D-Stash, when you purchase off of D-Stash, it doesn't count as an add to your stash. That's diamond painting math. It's just, you took it off someone's hands. It does not go to your into your stash number wise. Marty says she even look good for you. Good for you. I wish I had that restraint. Eve showed restraint for once. That's good. I know a lot of people are showing a lot of restraint, and I think it's not the easiest out there right now. Let's see. Heather has been busy all day. Finally had a chance to sit down and work on her jingle Jill's project, Gnome for the Holidays with Enhancements. It's turning out so beautiful and festive. That is fantastic, Heather. I have been working. I was doing stuff around the house, and I was doing this. If I don't do this, I will diamond paint the entire day away. But I was setting my timer for 1 hour, and I would sit down and I would work for 1 hour, and then I would do something around the house for an hour, back and forth. So did that all day, and I have finished the row that I was working on of my Josephine wall. And to give you an idea of how large of a space that is, and this took me all day, it was maybe a paper and a quarter. So that big. Took me all day because of the confetti in this monster. But I'm loving how it's turned out. But what was sort of interesting is this is the last of the section. So this row, I've been on it for a while, and I don't remember if I mentioned it here or not, but I had rolled it up and put it away after the Josephine Wall event back in May, I think it was. And I had release papers on it. Well, the release paper stuck. Not just, a little, no, these things stuck. So I scraped it all off. And this is a double-sided adhesive from Diamond Painting Deutschland. So I was a little nervous that I was ruining it because I was scraping off glue and paper. But I scraped it off, did the baby wipes and stuff like that, and let it set overnight. And the next morning came and it wasn't as sticky as I thought it should be. So I did put down a couple layers of adhesive the next day. And I did not have any problem placing stuff. I'm going to see what it may be like, as far as when I start picking it up and moving it around a little bit. But at least I'm past that damaged part where I'd scratched some of the symbols just maybe a little bit too much and stuff like that. But so I'm glad to have that covered. And now I just need to figure out, I got a little bit of adhesive on like the row that was directly adjacent to it. And it looks, you could tell there's a line on the painting. So I was just trying to use an alcohol pad to get that off, but I have to figure out what I can use to get that off. So I'm glad that you were busy and got some stuff down, Heather, but it is always good to sit down and do some diamond painting. Jeanette says, destash, you get what you want. Exactly. And you won't have to deal with destashing stuff, right? Because that's always, I mean, it's not the most horrible thing, but it's just like, rather be diamond painting than boxing up things that I didn't want. Crash Story says, I will not be buying the diamond painting box. I am over them. And you love my DP math. I don't like mystery boxes. I think I'm too, I need to be in control. The only time, like when let's see, the mystery boxes, I haven't been, nothing really like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got this. Now, mystery kits I will do as long as I know who the artist is and it's an artist that I like. But the mystery boxes are a little bit too much of a, because there's too many things. It's like probably 80% of the artwork out there is not my taste. So I'm already going to know I'm going to get flowery butterflies and big-eyed girls and stuff like that. Not my jam. Then I know that I'm going to get rounds, and I don't like rounds. So it's sort of like I really sort of, it probably really isn't worth it for me. I'll probably get this one just because I want to be able to have some things to potentially trade. Because if certain images come out and I don't get them, I'm going to want to sort of trade for them. Let's see. Tammy says, I bought one painting, but only because I had a gift card, so I paid nothing for it. That's good. Did you see, Tammy, weren't you looking for Witch's Brew, the one with the book and the teacup and the butterfly that came back in stock this morning? I don't know if it's still there, but I thought you were looking for that. Melanie says there's more than one kit impossible to find at D-Stash. Yeah, that's the only problem that you run into, is that if you like that coveted painting, you're not going to find it in D-Stash, and if it is in D-Stash, it's going to be $200. So, and then some of them, like after a while, you just can't find anything. That's why, I sort of like what Crash and Lori are doing with their with the auction that they're working on. That it's like a collection of diamond paintings that the person who passed away had been collecting for years, and so there's some real unicorns out there, right? But I also like looking at like Mercari and eBay, Marketplace. Mercari mostly, because what I find is people sometimes put stuff up there and they don't know what they have, and then they ask not that bad of a price, like almost market price, and it's like, that's a steal, right? But it stinks, because if you really like an image, you really want an image, you know that they're probably not going to release it again, and then you're just not going to get it, and that does suck. But it is what it is, right? Carol, I've never purchased a mystery box. Good, stay strong. Don't do it. Nancy, what, you mean you don't like big guy girls? No, they frighten me a little bit. I think was it really a big eye girl, like a Reagan Kubitschek? Are hers like big eye girls? Like I have, which one did I do? It was like the 80s one, with like all the 80s toys and stuff like that, had a girl on it. And then I have like Maleficent, but I don't know. I don't like those. Tammy says, I was looking for that, but I'd gotten it a few months ago. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you got it. I did see it and did think of you. So for what that's worth. Mel says, you need your dragon. Yes, so I was just watching, anybody a Squid Game fan? I was just watching the final episode of Squid Game, the challenge. So if you're not familiar, Squid Games is a Korean show. It's on Netflix. There's 2 or 3 seasons now. And it's wackadoo. It's absolutely wackadoo. It is violent. But like, it had me in the first episode. I was like, no way. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what's going to happen next? And that's why I kept watching it. Well, then this is the second season now of the challenge, that they have regular people and they put them to the challenges like they face on the actual show. And I'm like, the actual challenges, not like super watered down ones, except for the fact that obviously these people don't die. They don't get shot, but they have little like packages of ink that they wear like on a vest or something under their t-shirts and stuff, that when they die, it explodes, right? That means they're eliminated and they go through. And this time around, they did a huge, because usually it's like 456 people. There's 456 players. This time they put people in 2 different rooms. I forgot exactly how they spread them out, but like one entire room of people died all at once. It was like, holy crap. But I was thinking about, so there's a Peggy Collins dragon that both Melanie and I want. So I said to her, I says, watch, what's going to happen is we're each going to buy our box, and one of us is going to get the dragon. And then we're going to have to Squid Game it out to see who gets it. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. But I'm sure there's some other, I know there's a lot of the artists, the named artist names were out there. So like if you haven't seen the whole stuff, Diamond Art Club accidentally posted this mystery box stuff out there, but in the live with Katie and Lindsay, they listed out all the artists that were going to be represented in these on Cyber Monday, and there's a number of them are great artists. But there's a number of them that I know that I don't have a super fondness for, but it also depends on what the image is really. Michelle says, got 2 by trading in treasure cards, still have fines on the gift card. Passing on the boxes, there are always images coming out, and it's not like I don't have canvases and stash to work on. Exactly. The only thing is, like, if you're looking for that one specific one and it comes out in a mystery box, you're messed. You're screwed on that. Kristen says she loves Squid Game. Yes, I love it too. Inspired says, I've been wanting to watch the real version, wasn't sure how good it would be. Okay, it's good. I wonder if just a little bit, if the people are a little too dramatic and into it, but at the same time, I'm not living it, right? Although they did say they're casting for the next one, so should I apply? I wouldn't get it. Anyway, the first, well, both episodes are really good. The first one, the person I was rooting for won it, and that is always like, that's always then your favorite. You know, I remember when I watched was it MasterChef, and Christina Chen or something, the blind chef, won, and like I was like, yes. I remember that. So this time around, the person I wanted to win didn't, but they got right up to the last thing. So it is good. So definitely go and watch it. And it's sort of funny to see people reacting in real life to like these challenges. Like I remember well, even this one, that doll appears and people are like, oh, we thought we'd given her up. But yeah, it's interesting. Hi, Matt. Welcome on in. Christopher Class, I was about to say Squid Game Diamond Painter Edition. Wow, what would those be? What would some of the challenges be then? Like, you fight over drills? I don't know. You have to think about that maybe. I don't know. Just caught the last few second ones of that. Not sure what you're referring to. French Knot, checking late, finally out of hospital, 6 days in healing. Ooh, hope to get back to DPing soon. I hope you are doing well. And I hope you get back to DPing soon, because I know that would make me feel better for sure. Oh, but this sounds like a video of Rich versus Mel at medieval times. Yes, we're going to joust and go for it. Yes. It won't be fun. Hi, Crashly. Welcome on in. Another small shop having a sale. Exclusive designs that are out there for the weekend. You won't see them again. There's 20, I think there's 20 non-licensed images, but still super, cute holiday stuff, much like the Advent box. But then there's 3 sets of Zodiac, what's the word? Like they're Zodiac series. They're series. So all of Dakota's Zodiacs, Carissa Bug's Zodiacs, not Sheena Pike's Zodiacs. And you know that they don't do, we've always asked them, can you do samplers? Can you do samplers? Well, here's sort of a sampler of sorts that it has all the different images. So go check it out. I know that they have those available. That's 25% off site wide. I have an order waiting to place over there. I was doing some thinking. But yeah, definitely go check them out as well. Did I get any pens? Like I need pens. I don't think I got any pens. which sort of makes me sad. But I don't need any pens. I just got done. I had, so I have a drawer system over here that has pens that I have and I haven't used yet. Then when I use them, they go into like the more permanent storage over there in the diamond painting closet. So I had a bunch sitting here that I finally got put away today. So that was nice. Cindy says, hello, everyone. Just finished up putting up the Christmas wall. Nice, Cindy. How does it look? Does it look festive? Cindy does her holiday walls. Please, if you take a picture, feel free to post it in like the Speaking of Diamonds Facebook page or what have you. Or if you want, you can send it to me. I can post it there if you don't mind. But always like seeing your walls. But it sort of goes to other parts of your house now, doesn't it? It goes other places like than just that wall. But that's, I mean, that's awesome. Crashy says, yes, Zodiac combo packs only available till tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Crashly is going to stay up until 11:59 p.m. And as soon as it's 11:59, she's going to unplug the computer. And then it's going to be over. Marlene saying thank you to Christopher, Michelle, Squid Games, DP style, placing round drills into squares, a canvas of all black AB drills with no multi-placing allowed. Okay, now you're talking, because right there, I know Melanie would have a breakdown about placing round drills into squares. She would have a breakdown and she would be out. Because she's just now getting over putting sparklers for squares on square paintings because the sparklers are round. Cindy says Christmas tree up on the wall. That's nice. But you know what? If you can't go a little crazy at Christmas time, when can you? Tammy says her walls are awesome, so festive. You know what problem? You have two walls now. Cindy, my problem would be I wouldn't be able to pick something. Like last year I hung a poinsettia crystal diamond painting I did. I put it on the front door, but then I felt bad that I didn't put other Christmas ones up there. But I didn't want to go through the work of like swapping them out. So I would have a problem with deciding what to put up there, and would probably go overboard and it would look like a mess. Let's see. Mel says, would it kill anyone to make a square sparkler? No, probably not. But we don't have them yet. So let's see what else. We've been talking a lot about temperature charts. Has anybody been doing a temperature chart anytime, like for the new year? I know that there's the one out there from Diamond Art Studio UK. But then, of course, you could always do a cross-stitch conversion. I know we've been talking about like where to get drills and temperature ranges and things like that. Thank you, Cindy. If you want to see that, it's over on Facebook. It's funny. I was talking to Melanie, who is Pacific Northwest, who has like no weather whatsoever. It's always, between, a certain range of temperatures. And then here, it could be anywhere from over 100 degrees to negative 30 we've had before. So it's interesting to think about how a temperature chart from different parts of the country would look because of the lack of variety in weather. And I was reading the pattern that I got for next year was talking about, you can track other things than where you live. You can track other places. So like if I wanted to eventually move to Arizona, maybe I want to track the weather in Arizona and always stare at it to be like, ooh, that's where I want to go. But it also talked about tracking, and I thought about, maybe I didn't think about this, but it makes perfect sense. You could track things like number of pages read per day, number of miles walked, number of steps walked, running, whatever the case may be. And so I think that's sort of fun just to have like a visual representation of how you lived the year, whether because it was super hot, so you remember, ooh, I stayed inside all this time, or I was outside and it was horrible, to, you know, oh, look at this -30. That was a Arctic Circle. And it was just too much. Let's see. Melissa says just got her Darman Art Studio temperature canvas in. I've heard that they're either coming in or like they're coming, Doretta, it's coming on Monday. Hi, Kat, welcome on in. Marlene, has anyone tried Jack's new bling diamonds? I hope they're good because I just ordered them. I have not this most current set, but I have the sets that they released last time, and they're good. They're DAC drills, right? A matter of fact, when I did the Peggy Collins Mountains of Strength, they shorted me a color, but it just so happened to be one of the colors that they had put in that first round of ABs. It was an AB, so I was able to just use those. So that was sort of nice, but they are good drills. What I find interesting is the fact that they're calling now regular drills bling drills. Like they're like the ones that came out now. There's one for like skin tone. That's is it enhancing? It's changing. I don't know if it's enhancing. I don't know that I would count that as bling. But you know, whatever, vernaculars, whatever. Let's see. Eve doing the temperature chart, trying to make a decision to order drills before Cyber. Yes, Monday's over. Yes, that's important because there's some good sales out there. Although I will say, if you are looking for drills, I know I've said this to Eve before. I have some drills for a cross-stitch conversion from Forever Young. And I'm going to tell you, these things look immaculate. They're packaged very well. So I'm not expecting a lot of static. And they are 99 cents a bag for regular DMC drills. When you get into ABs and stuff like that, they're a little bit more expensive, but still pretty cheap. And what are they having? 20, if you spend 100, for every 100, you get $20 back or something like that. So, and it's super simple to order through them, because I typically, like if I were to need a bunch of drills like that, I would get them from Evermoment. But you got to like order the number, but they only have like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So if you need 25, you have to over order. But you order the number, and then you got to send them a message with the colors and stuff like that. Whereas here you can just literally go through and click the numbers. So I have been enjoying purchasing from them. Mel says, I saw somebody crochet a daily poop blanket. Like that they went? Like green, yay, I went. Red, no, I didn't go. Or were they talking about like consistency? Like, that's weird. I mean, I'm sure it happens, but that's weird. Kat says, hi, Cindy. Yes, I've used the fairy dust and they're fine. Good. Matt says, I know people do skin changes, but that seemed a strange choice considering they have so many more bling colors that they could have expanded on. Yes, and I know that like Tima, who, when I think of bling, I think of Tima. I know that they have like some charts out there for suggested changes for skin tones and stuff like that. But when it comes to the regular drills, they wouldn't necessarily have that. So, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think they should be called bling drills. And quite honestly, you know, I like DAC's quality, but at the same time, it's like, can you let the small businesses have something? You know, can you please let this, you did the whole pen upgrade, which was so needed, but now it's like everyone's like losing their mind. Oh, these are the greatest pens ever. So people don't need to necessarily go look for pens. And then you're selling drills now, and then you were selling washi tape, and then you're selling paper, release papers. It's like, let the small business have something. But whatever. Crash says, is it based on the consistency or poop? Yeah, that's my question. What was the criteria for the poop blanket? And if they had to use the poop knife, was that like a special color? Matt says, how many times? Poop quality scale, I guess. Like, how do you come up with that scale? And how do you measure it? Like, you got to look and you got to be like, is that medium firm or firm? Like, obviously, you know if it's Taco Bell, but like, how, I don't know. Runny is red, long is blue. Long is blue. Long is blue. And then orange if it was long and you needed the poop knife. Sarah says you can make a canvas about how many drills you put down a day. Absolutely. You could track anything with those things. And they even talked about even going back, and I thought this was interesting, even going back to like the year you were born and doing a temperature chart or rain or whatever of that year. And I thought that was sort of cool and could be like a nice gift for someone, or like if it's an anniversary, 50-year anniversary, here's what the weather looked like at your the year you got married or something. Jeanette's going to take a nap. It was nice to see everybody. It was nice to see you as well. Have a good nap, Jeanette. Let's see. I don't think they would ever go as far as TMA options, and the pens are still a far cry from hard. I absolutely agree. I just worry that they're sort of testing those waters, and there are some people that will buy, if DAC slapped their label on toilet paper, they would buy it. And that would sort of hurt the small business. So let's see. Sparkles and Diamonds says some people do not poop daily. I know. And as a person who has had 2 abdominal surgeries, I almost envy them. Well, I used to envy them, but the surgery sort of fixed all of that for me, so that's good. But still, I guess it could be, I guess you're just doing 2 colors, like I went or I didn't go, right? Who knows? Anyway, I think we're thinking way too much. I want to know. Thinking too much about the poop blanket, I have to Google it. I have to see what it is. I may have to have a poop diamond painting. I don't know. That would be okay for what is it, Crash? The event you do, weird, get your weird on. I could do a month-long poop chart. There's the Bristol stool chart. I texted you. Nope, not looking at it. Not looking at it. I know you went science on me. I'm not looking at it. Melissa says goal for 2026, buy more small shops. Yeah, let's do that. Let's all do that. We should have like a contest that like everybody tracks like how many times they buy or something like that, and like whoever's top gets a prize or something. Nancy says, please don't Google poop blanket, Rich. Are you speaking from experience? I don't know. Tammy says she'd love to do a temperature chart of the year each of her girls were born. The year I was born, to show them how the temperatures change throughout the years. You're too slow though. But I don't think you have to be fast to do a temperature chart. Especially if like you do one, like if you're doing a cross stitch conversion, that could be a lot because you're doing the whole background. But if you're doing something like the one from the UK company, then you're just working on those bottles, right? Obviously you're restricted to bottles, but I wouldn't give it up well, if you do a cross stitch conversion, you have to do squares, Tammy. That's the only thing. And I know the challenges you have with squares. But pay Berta to do the background for you. She'll do it. Let's see. So speaking of Black Friday, the one with the diamond dart, I had mentioned last week that Kristen Block was over there with her. She has a Christmas witch, at least one that I know of. Well, she put up that mermaid queen. They put that up. So I want to get it. I want to look to see the comparison between the two companies. The size is a little different. They're both not hand rendered. But I was looking at the render that they had online, and it did not look like a J-Wall crazy confetti. So it may not be too bad. So I'm going to see what that looks like. Craft Viewers, no, you have to DP the background with that one too. Do you? I think it's smaller though. Like when I looked at it, it seemed like to be less background maybe than mine just has a lot of background. You all have obviously never watched the excellent HBO comedy Getting On about palliative care hospital unit and lead doctors doing a poop study that will change the medical fecal profession. Nope, I missed it. Wait, Getting On. That wasn't the one with who was the chick from Mad TV? And Jackie, Roseanne's sister Jackie, was it that one? I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, I digress. So whatever you're doing for Cyber Monday, hope it turns out well for you. Or if you are resisting, power to you. Keep resisting. Those of you who maybe weren't there on last Thursday, Thanksgiving, I had it. That's the one. Okay, I did watch some of that. That is a good one. Crashly says, I bet Christopher has a whiteboard to track his poops. Yep, and you erase it. And he gets very angry. But Thursday I did 7.5 hour live, just to hang out with folks who don't have plans and things going on for Thanksgiving. And it was a pretty nice day celebrating, what was Eve calling it, the fourth Thursday in November. And it was a very nice day, but something came out of there that has come to life, if you will. So we were talking about events and stuff like that, and we're getting ready for the whole new year of events, and there's some things that people like to do year after year, and then there's some new ones coming up that people may want to check out. So we were looking at the DAC new releases, and they had the TIE Fighter from Star Wars on there, and I lost my mind because they had a X-Wing fighter that was shooting like this way, and the TIE Fighter shooting this way. So the paintings, they don't exactly line up, but they're shooting at each other, and I thought that was really cool. So someone said you should do a Star Wars event. So I'm excited to announce that the month of May 2026 will be May the 4th be with you. That will be a Star Wars themed event. I will post, let me see, I have the link right here for the Facebook group. And I can post that. The only requirement is you need to have a Star Wars there we go. The Facebook group link is going up now. You just have to have a Star Wars themed canvas. So it can be any of the DAC ones, obviously, but don't forget that is it diamond dots or there's another, I think it's diamond dots, do a couple, like at least one Star Wars themed canvas, so you don't need to break the bank and do a DAC one if you don't want to, or put that on your shopping list for Cyber Monday. I don't know. Got a couple people excited about that. I'm happy about that. Christopher says to boys talking about shooting their weapons at each other. I'm moving on. Now I need a Leah down. Yes, you do. You do. Diamond Dots, his LucasArts. Thank you, Kat. Yes, and other Disney stuff. So check it out. Would love to have you. I don't know how much we're going to have and in the way of swag, because there's not a lot that companies can do that won't, do copyright infringements and stuff like that. So we may be a little limited, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. But when we were talking and I looked at the schedule and May was open, I'm like, oh my gosh, May the 4th is like the Star Wars holiday, right? And then someone said until the Revenge of the 6th. So I thought, let's go to June 6th. But then I'm like, then the calendar's off and stuff like that. But yeah. Crashly says, oh, go here, go there. Okay. All right. May 1st, join. Thank you. Ends May 31st. Yes. Link is above. Is it back? See, I don't know what the heck happened there because this has been picking up the whole time. So yes, starts on May 1st, ends on May 31st. We'll maybe do something special on May the 4th. Any Star Wars canvas, we'll see how it goes for swag and stuff like that, but it will be fun. And we'll have, and I made a really cool video that I purchased, so it's legal, but it also will flag a license. Yes, licensed diamond painting, please. Licensed diamond painting. But go look at it. It's on the. I did the crawl with all the details of the event, and Crash says I'll make accessories where you can't call it Star Wars. We're not. We're calling it May the 4th be with you. It was the dark side. Who did that? Do not listen to his sound. Hi, Emma Casey. Do you have any Star Wars? Are you gonna do a Star? Can you do a Star Wars themed canvas? Crashly says we got in trouble for naming something "Live Long and Prosper." Disney is like sharks. Yeah, I know. And I also looked today if you had any of if you still had those papers up, like Sabers of Peace in this one, and I didn't see them, so I'm assuming that maybe you got a little slapped or got a little like paranoid on that. But let's talk and see what we can do. An Emma style Darth Vader, like a Darth Vader dragon, that would be cool. But anyway, let's see. So what else? That event, don't forget romance art. So if you're looking at any Cyber Monday deals, you can bring those back. That would be awesome. That would be definitely some swag. So you had this one, I forgot which one this was called. Actually, is there two different kinds? And then there was the Saber of Peace, which were like little lightsabers. Yeah, let's talk and see what we can do. Where are we going here? What about Yoda Dragon? Okay. I mean, you could do like a couple dragons, right? Like Yoda and Luke, Leia. I don't know. Just saying. Do cool colors, Crash. And that robot dude, Crash. Come on. Kerwin, get up and smack her on the back of the head. Let's see. You already started one. Emma's laughing. If you even think about it, most Disney is all over. Yeah, I'm sure. Lightsaber colors: red, blue, green, yellow. Yes. Has anyone been to? Is it Disney World with the Star Wars thing? I have not been there, but you can make your own lightsaber. But you get like some crystal that tells you what, like it's going to determine the color of the new. Figure out something like that. Emma thought about it. Well, there's an event in May that I don't know, people who may not be like, they may be fringe Star Wars people and not want to do like a straight up Star Wars canvas. That could be cool. Oh, sure, exactly what someone on the dark side would say, Christopher. Yeah, well, Christopher is the Sith Lord. I mean, come on. We can name him Coda. It's Crash going down that thing. The robot dude, Crash C-3PO, R2-D2, BB-8. Don't forget BB-8. He's cool too. Cat got the fighter. Cool. Yes, that's cool. So definitely, like I said, if you just want to participate for fun and do one of the, non-DAC, the Diamond Dots or whatever the company was, those are certainly welcome. They're licensed, but would love to have you. And it'd be a lot of fun, sort of geeking out about Star Wars. Maybe do some Star Wars trivia. As long as it's not the dude with a private part on his face. You're talking like, was there something with Boba Fett's mask or something? I don't know. yeah, so stay tuned. Let's see what's going to happen. But Cyber Monday, don't forget you have Romancing Romance Art coming up in February. Then you have Mermaids and Magic, March and April. So if you need any um, uh, romance art or Mermaids and Magic themed paintings, then you got the May the 4th be with you. Then you got Peggy Collins, and then the DP5K could be a good time to get a big diamond painting at a nice price if you don't have one yourself. Doretta says, how about a solar system canvas? Yeah, I think we're going to go for Star Wars specific. So we'll see. Like for right now, we're going to keep it Star Wars specific. But I guess if you like charted in the Death Star into the solar system, it could work. Anyway, what time we got here? It's 7 minutes after 5. So, all right, we're back. This is telling me that the sound is working. So I'm going to log off. Don't forget, Crashly, 6 p.m. Mel says sounds good. Okay. Crashly at 6 p.m. So go. I'm going to go do my hour or so worth of stuff around the house, so I can come back and enjoy. See what they have up their sleeves. Maybe they'll show off some of those exclusive designs that are available only till tomorrow at 11:59. You muted yourself, Kat. Thank you for panicking me. That will go on your permanent record. But maybe they'll show some of those off, and you can take advantage. If you like any of them, you can take advantage before 11:59 tomorrow of the sale and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to do that. And I think, I might have some fun because I got a Tmall order. So I get to put all my sparklers away. This is, let's see, I got the Eden Cove bundle that they have for it's the Eden Cove, it's the Romance Art Seahorse. And then I picked out all the enhancements for magic potions from the Genovia, the Sparkleless and Diamonds. Yes, everybody please self promote, even though I'll mute you when you do it, but no, absolutely. But I'm going to be doing that painting. So here's how I'm working it. So for Mermaids and Magic, so Romance Art, I have something Romance Art. Then Mermaids and Magic, I'm going to start Magic Potions. And then I'm going to pick it up for the 5K. So hopefully I'll be able to get that big old thing done over the 5 months. But I'm excited. I want to do all the enhancements. So now I just need to get all of these things put away and ready to go. Christopher says, even when not on video, Kat is a hot mess. Kat is a adorable hot mess. She's like the little kitten who has a really, really whacked out hair and stuff like that, and like needs a little grooming, maybe. I don't know. But she's a fun, hot mess for sure. But I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to probably put away some other drills. I don't know that I can do any more of this confetti, at least for tonight. Okay, Christopher. Kat says, thank you, my friend Chris. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous response from Kat. I can just tell it. So you better watch your back. She lives out by you. So what do you have to self-promote there, Kat? Put it in the chat. Are you talking about the some of the, you have the You're the Horse event. So Kat is taking sort of the Asian event from this year and moving it on for next year for You're the Horse. I believe. So if you have some questions about that, Kat, if you have a site or something, want to post something, feel free, or you can reach out to Kat on your own. I don't know the specifics of what the event things are, but like I said, Kat, if you have something, feel free to put it out there, or go put it on the Speaking of Diamonds Facebook page, and everybody go look for it over there. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get Sammy outside, and Christopher, New York versus New Jersey. We win, we don't fight clean. I know. Like Eve, low level scares me. I'm not gonna lie, Eve. I love you, but you scare me a little bit. Although Kat's from Long Island, right? Isn't that sort of like in between there somewhere? I don't know. And Christopher, I don't know. You're in New Jersey, right? I don't know. You seem more of a lover than a fighter, but hey, who knows? Matt, real diamond painters do huge canvases. Yes, we do. Kat trying to sell me on more giant canvases. Yes, Matt. Long Island. Long Island is the shady part. Okay, now you're even I already get into it about pizza. So Chocolate Diamonds, you're in Jersey too? I did not know that. Are you in New Jersey? Really? Sparkles and Diamonds, I live in the burbs. Yeah. I don't know. We just talk and act tough. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get going, sort out some of my drills, move this off my table here so I have some room. Everybody have a good evening. Have a good week. Remember, be responsible on Cyber Monday, as responsible as you can or want to be. Doretta isn't far from Eve. Okay. Jersey retreat, please. There is a retreat in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania that just went up. That's not too far from there. So check with your peeps in that area of the country. But have a good week, and I will talk to you next Sunday. Stay warm, stay cold, whatever you need to do. Allentown, yes. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.